Greetings and salutations, everybody, and welcome once again to Infinite Realms. Let's go over some stuff. So, starting off, let's talk about basically the Arrowverse has been canceled. Not entirely yet, but a lot of shows have seen the axe. Batwoman. Batwoman is gone. I can't say that upsets me in the slightest. I think that show just, the direction was really weird to begin with, and then it just dropped off when they started switching cast around, and it was kind of a mess. Black Lightning, I thought was okay. Not the best, not the worst of the Arrowverse shows, but yeah, it got canceled as well. Legends of Tomorrow, gone, and I gotta tell you, I mean, Legends of Tomorrow got pretty, for lack of a better term, knackered. Pretty quick. I liked the first two seasons, and then everything just kind of went down. Of course, Supergirl had its last season. I hadn't watched Supergirl in so long, I didn't even realize Kara wasn't wearing her skirt anymore, that she had a pair of pants on, which sounds weird, I know, but yeah, that is what happened in the show. Of course, Arrow had left, Stephen Amell had left Arrow a while back, and so for the most part, what's left now is, and Naomi also got canceled. I'd never even watched that show. I really had lost so much interest in Arrowverse at this point, I just never even bothered. Superman and Lois still seems to be on the air. Still looks like they're going to have another season. Flash looks like it's going to have another season, but it's going to be its last season. Flash I haven't watched since season 4. Well, not watched faithfully. I've picked up a few things here and there from the CW app. One of the things I did like about the CW shows is you could just go on a CW app, watch them anytime you wanted to, rather than having to wait and catch them at the broadcast times. And it was all for free, so. But, yeah, the Arrowverse is kind of gone. I mean, to be honest, the last thing I think was interesting in the Arrowverse was the Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover. That was kind of okay. I mean, it wasn't great, but it wasn't terrible. It was a lot. I've seen a lot worse from the Arrowverse, so. But, yeah, it's kind of a monumental day. This was like one of the biggest, at one time was one of the biggest television franchises out there, and now it's just kind of gone away. Now there are rumors that the recent WB deal may move these shows over to the HBO Max streaming service. I don't see that happening, especially not with these specific shows. They might redo these, reboot them, make something different, and they may not. I don't know. That was a rumor I read and heard from somewhere, and I cannot cite it to save my life. But, I had lost interest in the Arrowverse, but and I'm not surprised it's getting canned like this, but I am a little sad to see it go. I mean, it was superhero stuff. I mean, it was the backbone of CW for a long time. So, I am sad to see it go, but I'm not going to miss it either. Next up, we have Avatar 2, or as they're calling it, Avatar Way of Water. Recently rewatched Avatar just because I had heard there was going to be a trailer, and I still hold true to what I thought about the movie when I first watched it. It's okay. It borrows a lot from Fern Gully and Pocahontas and a couple other sources. And it's not a bad movie, but it's not a great movie. It's a very pretty movie. I mean, that's it. It's just a very pretty movie. And yeah, it probably gave us a lot of movies that we really like now. So you can't totally knock it. I never thought it was the phenomenon it became. I wonder what's going to happen now. And we didn't really get any real idea of the plot. It was just sort of a bunch of pretty pictures. And, well, that's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, it's Avatar. We're going to expect pretty pictures. So, it'll be interesting to see what comes about with this and how it plays out. At this point, can't really say much else besides it's a teaser. It's there, and you can draw your own conclusions. But it's not doesn't look bad, doesn't look great. I'm kind of expecting what I saw with Avatar. So is the audience gonna react to it the same? I don't know. That'll be interesting. And there's going to be a lot of trailers this time, so bear with me. Next is the Orville, which is a much better show than a lot of people give it credit, I think. I think it's a really funny show, but it also steps on those sci-fi tropes at the same time. So it's... some people compare it to Galaxy Quest. I don't think that's fair. I think it's just a really interesting different movie. Or different television show, I should say, sorry. Seth MacFarlane is always brilliant, even though I think Family Guy's lost a few steps. I can't believe that show is still on. The Orville still seems to... It seems like there's a fresh new take on things there. If you want to watch it, it's going to be on Hulu. Also, you can catch the first 2 seasons on Hulu. So that'll help you catch up. My wife, who does not necessarily like things sci-fi-ish, really likes the show. So that tells you something right there. That's how good it is. It's really good, really funny. I would recommend it. It's got good blends of science fiction and humor. So yeah, this week we did have a kind of impromptu Marvel Legends tease. Kind of caught me off guard. I was not prepared for it. Just kind of happened. And we got a sneak peek at a few things. One was the Mojo pack. Now, they're going with the cardboard packaging, and of course it looks like a TV. Well, that's a good idea. It's going to have Longshot and Dazzler. Both Longshot and Dazzler look really good. And I'm going to say something that's probably not popular, is I really hate Mojo. I've always hated that character. And that's strange for me, who likes the oddities, who likes the weirdos. And I don't know, there was something about Mojo I just never liked. I will more than likely pass on this set because of that. And there's also a Wolverine that looks a little like an X-Baby, but everybody's calling a Wolverine Slug, so I don't know what that's about. I have no idea. But I keep looking at it thinking, that kind of looks like an X-Baby with a little bit of a bloated head. So, I don't know, maybe somebody will explain it. And one of the more interesting ones is Firelord. Firelord is in the retro line. Interesting part about this, there is plastic packaging here. Interesting. Firelord is based off of the classic Toy Biz packaging too. It looks almost the same. Of course, he doesn't have the rocket fire, the spring-loaded firing fireball, but that's okay. I don't mind that. And he looks like a good figure. I got a feeling I'm going to grab that one. That looks really good. Got another. We got another slot in the Disney Plus wave. Sharon Carter. I really think she should have come out with when Falcon and the Winter Soldier and all those guys came out. I don't understand her having a slot here. It seems like a waste. I'm trying to figure out what the other 2 slots are. We have 2 more to go. Kind of hoping for a Disney Plus She-Hulk. And I'm thinking they might do a Miss Marvel in there. Or they might do a Titania in there. I can't think of too much else they would even try. Or they do something for Miss Marvel, maybe. That's the only other options I see. But, I was thinking it would be 2 from She-Hulk, 1 from Miss Marvel. So apparently I'm wrong. And so, yeah, I don't know. I do think that wasted a slot on that in this set already. So, moving on. We also have Bagman. This one I may buy. That was one of my favorite of the early Marvel Spider-Man comics, was when Spider-Man used a Fantastic Four suit and a bag to go fight Justice. It was hilarious and perfect at the same time. Hard thing to really quantify, but they're doing Bagman. looks good. I have no complaints. I may buy it, I may not. I'm not gonna promise. But it made me chuckle. I was happy when I saw it. Also got, because we got about, we have to sell 1 million Spider-Mans, right? We have the Japanese toy Spider-Man. The Japanese Spider-Man, the one that had the gun and was really just bonkers. If you've ever seen just snippets of that movie, it's totally bonkers. This is fun novelty. Not something I'm interested in. But, Spider-Man fans probably will like this. I can see why Spider-Man fans would like this. So, go for it. This is in the cardboard packaging. Of course, Bagman is in the plastic packaging. Again, maybe the retro lines are not going. It gives me a little hope, because it makes me, these are scheduled to come out in 2022. So, and I think the last one that I'm about to talk about comes out in December of 2021. So, maybe the retro lines aren't doing this. But the last one is War Machine. And I don't know how I feel about this figure. I like the attachments to the guns. I don't like the white. I mean, it's really offsetting. The white is really offsetting. That's the only way to describe it. I'm not sure how I feel about that. So, we'll wait till it gets closer and I'll just see what my decision is. But I don't think I'm going to buy that one. Even though I'm such a huge Iron Man fan and, as a result, a huge War Machine fan. Something about War Machine with white bothers me. I cannot quantify that to save my life, though. And finally, the retro line. That hunk of that waste of plastic with 5 POA is giving us a 5 POA Sentinel. Yay! I hate this line. I hate this line with everything I have. And I hate this Sentinel. I mean, it's just stupid. I just don't like it. I hope I'm not insulting anyone who collects the retro waves. I mean, if you collect the retro waves, I'm sorry. It's just, it's way too much cost for something that's sort of a novelty anyway. In my opinion, that's just the way I feel about it. So I think this came out the day I posted my last looking around the realm video. So I really didn't have a chance to add it. But it's Stranger Things 4 finally has a trailer. And it's looking cool. Vecna is the name of the demonic looking thing in there. And I was like, really, Vecna? That's nice. Nice homage to D&D. And a lot going on in that trailer, a lot to unpack. It's something that I would recommend watching. It looks good though, it looks real good. So I'm happy with it, and I can't wait for the series because we've waited a long time for this series, and I think it's really deserved. And it looks like it's gonna. I get a feeling we're gonna tie up some plot lines finally. So that's pretty good. As I said, a ton of trailers. Next we have She-Hulk. Shulky has her own show, and I am happy she does. Although I gotta say, the CGI in the trailer looks rough. My hope is that, we are 3 or 4 months out from this. They're still working on it. I mean, I know that they don't have the budget to give to this that they do like Infinity War. But, it can use some touching up, it can use some work, and maybe they just kind of had to rush the trailer out, I mean, look how far behind they were in Thor Love and Thunder. I enjoyed the trailer. It was pretty funny. Had some good lines. Superheroes. The superhero orphan line was just priceless. Just right on. And, of course, and I don't know if I'll do a bigger dive into this, because this is something that irritated me. No, it didn't irritate me. It's just, God, how much stupidity is out there on the internet. Of course, some people had to come out and cry and ask for their He-Hulk and stupid woke politics and all that. Boo-hoo. I really appreciated Heavy Spoilers for making that joke when he broke down the trailer. And then, of course, I made a comment on how much I appreciated the jokes and slept at that. I didn't even say what jokes. And, you know, some insecure guys had to come at me in the comments. And I'm like, dude, you came to my comment. Shut up. So anyway, that's She-Hulk. I've got a good feeling about this show. Let's see what happens. And so last but not least, probably my favorite TV show on streaming right now, The Boys. We got a good look at it. We definitely know Billy is going to be taking some kind of juicing up. This is the season also has Jensen Ackles as Soldier Boy, and I find it funny. People complain about certain things about, oh, Amazon's so woke. Hey, I've never said a word about The Boys. Nothing. Because there's nothing to say. It's violent, it's gritty, it's over the top, it's insane. And that's what I love about it. It's just one of the better shows that Amazon produces right now. And it's got a perfect cast. I'm really looking forward to Jensen Ackles as Soldier Boy. I want to know where they're going with that. That should be interesting. But yeah. Are we going to crash into a whale this season again? I doubt we'll do it again. But but it looks like Homelander is totally over the top still. He's gone. He is totally gone. So yeah, this should be an interesting another interesting season from the boys, and a really cool show. If you've not watched the first 2 seasons, what is wrong with you? Go now and do it, unless you have a sensitive stomach, because this thing goes all out. I'm telling you right now, it's violent, the language is coarse, but it is brilliant. That's The Boys. Alright, so the boys are going to wrap it up for now, because, you know, all that woke politics stuff in The Boys. Anyway, alright, don't forget to like and subscribe, make the algorithm happy.